So the question you've been given to answer is this one that says, explain the direct effect of a decrease in farmer confidence on the relevant money flow. I thought this was probably a good opportunity just to review the circular flow model, make sure we're comfortable that we've got a good understanding, and remember also that there are two types of flows in the circular flow model. They are real flows and money flows, and I want to go over those. I thought the best way to do that was to start with the two sector model, which is just the two, I guess you could call them the most important sectors. That's households or consumers and businesses or producers. So let's have a look at the flows, and I thought I'd just do them in different colors to try and show the difference. So we'll use red for the real flows. So real flows in red, and in green we'll do the money flows. So I'm going to start with the first sort of important real flow, and that's the real flow of resources, and resources flow between households and businesses. Okay, so that's resources. And remember, there's four of them: land, labour, capital, and entrepreneurship. I hate writing this word. It's too big. Someone needs to come up with a better word for it. So entrepreneurship. Okay, so that's the real flow: land, labour, capital, entrepreneurship, all together known as resources. Well, what's the money flow that corresponds to that? That flow is called incomes. So incomes flow from business. That's the money that flows back from business to households to pay for these resources. So for land, they're paying rent. For labour or people, they're paying wages. For capital, they pay interest because firms have to borrow from the bank to invest in capital, and the cost of that is interest. And for entrepreneurship, which of course is just business, the return is profit. Okay, so that's the money flow that corresponds to the real flow of resources. Okay, what's the second real flow between the two groups? Second one here, simply goods and services, physical goods and services. Loaf of bread at the supermarket, that's a good that a producer provides to a household. And in response to that, households pay producers. They pay payment for goods and services. And you guys will start to be aware that that's now, we call that consumption. That's consumption spending. So in the economy, consumption spending is just the payment of what everybody pays for all the goods and services that they consume. That's called consumption spending. It's a big part of the aggregate demand equation. Okay, so let's see if we can now address this question. The direct effect of a decrease in farmer confidence on the relevant money flow. Let's have a look. The farmers are less confident. And why would they be less confident? Well, maybe they're worried about their overseas customers. Maybe overseas economies aren't performing very well. Maybe they're worried about the future economy. They're worried about being able to sell their products in the future. So there's a whole lot of things that might contribute to their lack of confidence or a period of low confidence for them. What's for certain, though, is that low confidence will lead to lower levels of investment. Okay? Lower investment. As a result, there'll be lower goods and services provided, or less, sorry, lower is not very good. Goods and services will be less. Okay? Goods and services are less. There's lower demand for resources. Less demand for resources. I think all this makes sense. If this is the case, what's the obvious money flow that's going to be affected? Well, clearly the most significant money flow that's going to be affected because of lower investment and lower demand for resources is likely to be the flow of incomes. So the money flow incomes will decrease. Why? Well, because they'll lay off workers, so wages will drop. Less investment, so they're borrowing less, so interest drops. Anything else? Yeah, they might require less land to use, so rents drop. So you can see that. So the impact of lower confidence on the farming community is a definite drop in the money flow that we call incomes. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Cheers, bye.